Hey there. So I wanted to start off with some Git configuration because I realized all of my commits haven't been through my Git username. Because as you can see, my repository here doesn't show any of our commits for the past 2 months. And it's because I never configured our username and email here in our Git. So just gonna make sure we're recording. Yeah. So maybe I could show you guys some behind the scenes here of some Git stuff. That's just freaky. What was there was one I liked. There we go. Okay. So here we go. It's gonna be fairly easy. I just emailed me some. These are all the Git aliases I've had. So I just emailed them to myself so I can give myself the same environment. So like instead of doing git add period for all the stuff to the staging area, then git commit with a message, instead of doing both of those steps, I can alias all of that to just doing git space a and then in quotes put my commit message, and it'll add everything to the staging area and commit with the message that I put. So it's just a way of, typing less keys to get the same result. So I guess the thing to do is to try. I just have to configure I gotta configure my email in here. Git config user.email. And then I gotta configure the name of the computer. Okay. Yeah, so let's see here. So as you can see over here, there's no email, or I wonder if we can change the highlight color of that. How do you do highlight color? Because it's not changing the text color when I highlight. So if we can just change the highlight color or change the text color when highlighted. Here. Maybe we highlight with like a dark red or something. Yeah. Cool. Now we can read that. Okay. A little bit darker. Okay, cool. So we will do this right here. Git config global config our user dot email. Set that to our Git email. Okay. And then we want to also config our username to be Big Mac, because that's what I'm coding on right now. So it's like I can have my laptop has its own username, and this computer has a username. My Windows has a username, so that we can see even what machine we published the commits on if we really wanted to. So now we have our user email in our git config and our username, but we also wanted a couple of these aliases set up. And the way to... This is how to do it. So you do git config global, and then you say alias dot, and then after the dot is whatever you want your alias to be, and then you follow it with whatever you want the command that to be aliased. So let us get alias these things. So it's like, if you want to see what aliases you have to say git config global and then list. It'll show you your aliases, and we only have those two right now. But I'll come back to this, but let's config some of these. So we're gonna say git config global, and then we're gonna say alias dot co. Oops. CO for checkout. No, it's a space, and then I just say checkout. And yep. Okay. Then we're gonna say, we're just gonna do the rest of these, like git br is gonna be git branch, and then git ci is commit, just commit, and then git st is git status, and then git pf is pretty format, which is a nicer way of showing, like, instead of git log, I'll show you what these look like once we get them in here. But that is going to be our pretty format. Then git, well, just and git stat is git log, the stat flag, and then git last. This is a way to show just the last commit. It's git -1. And you see why it's useful to make these aliases, because it's weird to remember some of these. That was wrong. Git last. Log -1. Huh. I don't know why I didn't like that. Let me just Google something real quick. Okay. Guess we'll do this one. And we'll see if that works. Or get last. That didn't like it either. Get config global alias dot last. And then I don't know why it's doing this. Am I missing something? Well, maybe we just skip this crap. Or get log -1. Let me see if that works. Get log 1. Oh yeah. Okay, so we just want that. Get config -- global, and then alias dot last. Then we want it to be log -1. Nice. Okay, then we want log 1 line. I'll show you what these do also. But we want alias dot one line to be get log -- 1 line. And then we want, here's the big one that we're going to use all the time, get a, which is like a super commit because it adds everything to the staging area. And it's also with a message. We still have to put the quotes for our message, but shoot, what do I do wrong here? What the heck? Didn't delete shoot, hold on. I just got it all muddled up. Okay, so we want to put this right after A. Okay. Really? What is so wrong there? It's like doing something funky. Because in my history, I go up 1 and it's got all this junk. So let's just clear our history and then we'll just add it like a chump. Get config global alias A gets this. I feel like something's weird with pasting. So maybe we'll just try it. Typing it all. Get config -- global alias dot A gets get add everything, get commit -m. Huh, really doesn't like that. Maybe there is a different here. Add and commit. Look, that's, oh, we need a this is saying, let's see. I'm getting real confused here. I'm getting with GIT. This is what I have, right? Get, add, and commit message. Guess let's try without this. See, look at that. Why does it do that? The history just gets all wonk. That's really confusing to me. Anyways, let's just do get A, and we'll do... It's like if we mess this up and then use this, we're only shooting ourselves in the foot. But I think this should work. Maybe we just don't add the exclamation mark. Get add everything and get commit with a message. It really doesn't like that. What am I doing wrong? Try this again. Alias. This is like the one I use all the time on my other machine, so I feel like I really want this one. Dash A. And get commit. Dash M. Let me just check on my other machine here and see if that looks like it might track. So yeah, we're just missing that exclamation point, which I'm not sure what that did, but it's not liking that, which is a little strange. But gosh, okay, let me see. See, I want to add everything. See, look, this is probably where I found it. So maybe we just need those quotations. Get config A. Okay, they like that. Cool. See this, and then you just say get A, and then you put single quotes or double quotes. Can get commit message be in single quotes? I thought it had to be in double quotes all the time. Use apostrophe to get message. I've been doing this wrong this whole time. Really? I could have sworn I've been doing get commits with quotes, double quotes or whatever they're called. whatever. We'll do single quotes and see if that works. I could have sworn I was doing double quotes this whole time, but okay. Is that the last of the aliases? No, there's a special. Look at this one, this alias. So we're gonna do git config global alias dot log, no, dot lg for a special. So look, it's saying it's a git log, but then you do a color graph with a pretty format, and then I give it what format, and I tell it what colors to put what things, and then do the abbreviated commit. Maybe that needs to all be in a quotes or something. Whoa, not what I wanted. Commit. I think I just want this huge quotes. Okay, so let's see if that one worked. Get LG. Yeah, look at that. So it shows the abbreviated commit with the abbreviated hash, which is nice because the abbreviated hash is only great. Maybe this shouldn't be red if this is red. I mean, it's not a big deal. I guess it should just be like a darker, I guess. You can't read it great, but we don't need to read it great. We just need it to whatever. So look how cool this is. It'll show you. See how all these commits were made by Paul Thompson instead of Jakobins on the Big Mac. So when you're in the Jakobins repository, and it doesn't show all of these commits in our commit history for the Git project repository. So this is cool though. I like this one. Look, like if we wanted to see this, we would have to type git log color graph pretty format this just to see that, because wow, and it goes all the way back. Jeez. So look at this. Like even 3 months ago, I didn't have the proper commit username or whatever. It's whatever. I want to see. Okay. You just git log. See how these commits are huge? So if we want to do a git reset, we have to comment this huge whole hash. But then it's spaced like this, so you can't see. Oh well, look at this. It does have. It knows that it's Paul's iMac.local, but the author is just Paul Thompson. So now it should say Jakobins@gmail, I guess, with the username. So I guess I want to show you what we did, or at least some of what we did. So now we can do a git st for status, which is nice. We can do a git pf for pretty format, which I don't think that's right. Okay, I also want to git config global alias dot alias. Yeah, alias an alias. That is a git config.global list. And it didn't work. Git config global alias. Just try to put this. Okay, so now if I do a git alias, it'll show me all my alias. PF. Oh, see, look, I did the wrong one. What the heck? Look at all of these got tracked wrong. Because I didn't do the quotes. So let's reset these. We're gonna get config. I know this is riveting, guys. I mean, this is... So you gotta watch this. I just, you know... I want to see all these green, you know, these should like all be green, but they weren't. So that's why I wanted to change this, and then I got a little carried away doing all this other stuff, but it's gonna be worth it. And maybe it's cool for you guys to see the behind the scenes of git config alias and stuff. But our PF is messed up, so we're gonna do a git config global alias PF, and I think I should be able to overwrite this by just doing the same one. And we're gonna do it this. I'm gonna paste. See if that works. Then we're gonna get PF. There we go. So the pretty format turns it from the huge long ones like that to nice short pretty commits. It just shows you, you know, hash, author, date, and message. And this is why everyone preaches add commit messages, so that you know what the heck you're looking at, because this doesn't give you any information. But let's do our... I'm not gonna do the history because I think, well, yeah, I don't think the history is what was messing it up. I think the lack of quotes was messing it up. And I just copied this from my Mac laptops. This, so git config global list, that shows all the aliases, and I just pasted that in here. But when I initially added them, I probably had to do the quotes, which I omitted because I didn't realize it. But let's do, we just fixed log, let's fix stat git config global alias dot stat. I like stat. Oh, I'll show you what it is. I'll just do it right now. Stat is log stat. You know, I just messed it up. Gotta do this. Really? Cannot overwrite multiple values. Oh no. Why did it let me do git log? No problem. It didn't. Oh no, get pretty format's what we just did. Okay. Whatever, dude. Why would you not do that? Do you like double quotes? Or add replace all to change. Okay, we're just gonna add replace all. I guess we add it right here. Replace all. Get alias. Now I get stat is log stat. Cool. Now we need... This one is still busted, and this one is still busted. Last in one line. So let us git config our alias of last. Really, wrap place all. Alias.last, and then we're gonna do log -1. Shoot. Oh, what did we do? Uh-oh. It was just log -1, wasn't it? Or... Shoot. Great. I think it was log -1. No. Shit. I'm a dummy. I don't remember what it was. Wait, git alias show last commit. Just gonna do this, man. We're gonna say replace all with log -1, but with a pretty format. Oh, give me a break. What's that? It's because I messed up there. Okay, git last. I don't like that at all. I want to do git log1. Git last. Cool. Now, our last one we gotta do is one line, which is log1 line. So git config global alias dot one line. We say log dash one line. Is that right? No. One line. Okay. So get OL is now the one line, which is cool. And then we also have get A to BR. Add everything to staging area. And commit with a message. So instead of doing get add period, get commit dash M quotes message, I say get A message. So that's cool. And then I'll show you what get status. It shows every commit with its changes. So in this commit, I added 22 lines to playstate Lua and then took out this many lines. You know. So it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of a cool way to visualize it. Like, look at this. I mean, it makes sense because this commit message says took out comments and removed code. And it's got 128 deletions. Okay. So yeah, I like that get stat. I think that one's a cool one. And then let's show the, oh, I already showed the fancy one. The colors and everything. So now when we commit, it should say Jakobin's here, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. There's only so much I can do before I have to figure out all of my bugs. See, look, like, oh, I guess it shows the username there for the author. But then since the email is set to Jacobeans, it should show up in the repository, I'm thinking. So I'm kind of... Actually, I got an idea, just because I'm pretty sure we left it in not full screen mode last time. Yeah, we did. So what I'm going to do is just go back to our main. I'm going to put full screen back on. Save it. Make sure it works. Now I'm going to commit. So watch this now. I'm going to say get a. I was using double quotes. I don't think there's a problem of using double quotes, but whatever. We're going to get a enabled full screen alias test. So this will add anything to the staging area. It'll commit all of our changes, and it will commit with a message, but we still have to git push. And maybe we do a git alias p for a push origin main, so we can just say git p, and it'll push to our remote repository. But that worked. So my question is, if I do a get last, will it say Jacobeans Big Mac? And then in our repository online, does it show the green box and show that we're actually making changes to it? So it does say Big Mac Jacobeans, so that's good. Curious if our get pf or a get lg. Yep, it says Jacobeans Big Mac now. So the next question I have is our square green? We should see a green square here when we refresh, hopefully. If not, oh, booyah. August 6th, yep. Yep, cool. So if I had that configured properly, all these squares would be green because we committed all these days. Or, you know, a big chunk of those days. So, you know, the goal is by the time we're at episode 100, we're going to see, you know, 2 months of this. All green. Hopefully, because we're in episode 30 or whatever, so another 60 episodes is 2 months. So, that's the goal. Whether or not the commits are huge commits, it's, you know, I'm going for the habit of programming, so it's okay if we don't commit a lot. I just want to try to program daily. Debug all the nasty, which I'm not excited for. So, if you remember from last episode, we've got platforms from level 1 now, but when we walk off the screen, we jump for some reason. And both sides of the screen does it. And I really don't know why it does, because it looks like our X gets raised. I mean, it does get raised. Or our Y. Yeah, see, look, our Y. Why is our Y changing upon looping? I have no idea. But we got to do a couple things. For right now, I want to turn off platforms 1 and 2. Platform 1, L, and platform 2. Because remember, these 2 platforms are the ones that loop. They're actually 2 platforms, which I'm not exactly sure is the right way to go about it. I just don't know how to loop a platform, especially because they gotta walk off and still be on the platform. It's a complicated problem. But let's go ahead and want to, in our play state, turn off platform 1 and nope, not player 1. Our platform 1. Oh my gosh, that is not what I want to do. Turn off platform 1, 1L, and 2. Now, as far as the game's concerned, those objects, those platforms are still there, but we can't see them now. And that's so that we can read our debugging. But the thing is, they're still there. So, see how it's still there? And then I should be able to fall off and everything. It's just not rendering it. And that's a big no-no. It shouldn't have made all those sounds. See, gosh, that was messed up. Gosh. Okay. So yeah, I'm remembering one of the biggest bugs was that if we left collide with something when we're facing right, or vice versa, it doesn't trigger the left collision, and we did that in order to fix another problem of bouncing us more than once. So when we were falling through the collision, through that buffer zone, by the time it reversed our DX, as far as the collision detection was concerned, there was multiple frames in a row that the collision was detected. But why did I flip it? Let's try to find it. Ostrich. It's probably a dot facing right. And it's in the logic, not in the body of code. Maybe not. We might just have to look through the code and find it, because I'm not remembering when we did that. I remember doing it, and it fixed some things, but it obviously broke others. Let us look in our notes. So yeah, the backward collision, which we were just talking about, the loop hop, and then that weird top glide. So the way we fixed the weird hop for the ground was that we made the platform bigger than what it was showing. Which is strange because the platforms now are bigger than what they're showing, but there's that problem still. It doesn't make any sense to me why our Y would get changed upon the loop. So let's look at our loop logic here. Not for the animation, but for here. It's very simple. It's saying if our ostrich's X is past the right side of the screen, then we're setting our X to the left side of the screen, but shifted by the negative width of our ostrich. Now, is when we modify our dy, or just our y. This should be self.height, right? No. Huh. So here we're saying if our y is equal to, like, if we're grounded, which is what it's saying, but the thing is, this 24 should just be self.height, no? This actually might be why it's doing that thing. Let me turn off that and see if that might be the culprit. Yeah, you right. It might be detecting a bottom collision. Upon looping. But that would mean it would have to apply gravity, and that would mean it would have to realize it, and it'd have to be not grounded at some point, which is the case. Because if you look, our grounded gets false. But I don't know why our grounded is getting false, because we're not jumping. So maybe we look at, every dot grounded and when does it become false? Not in the logic, but in the here. So look, yeah, grounded and false when we're A, which, yeah, that should be the case. And that's it. Also when we're not check grounded. Okay, so that's probably what's happening here. Well, let me see. Yeah. Do we print out our check grounded? We should print out our check grounded, but our check grounded takes in a collidable platform. So let's debug with our platform 3 here. No, it's our platform 4 left. Is that right? I think it is. So we're gonna say in our debug, where's our debug? We're gonna say check grounded on platform 4L, and we're gonna concatenate to string with our 4L, but our player 1 check grounded with the platform 4L platform as our parameter. Closing quotes, comma. So check grounded 4L. So I'm expecting this to turn true, which upon looping, which is why ultimately our grounded is getting false, or false. Yeah. Huh. Look at that. It didn't turn. Check grounded was false, even though we were grounded. Here, look. Check grounded is false. That's really strange. Wow, check ground. Oh, well, I'm just doing check grounded on 4L, so I won't be able to print out anything other than this. Gosh, that's weird. So something's mucked up in our check grounded function for sure. Let's take a look. Great. So we need that because if this is false, this function doesn't know what to return, so it needs a return value. But we're saying, first of all, if our self.y is equal to our platform's y minus our self.height, let's see, it's not self.height. Because our self.height changes if we're in the air. So upon collision, I mean, I guess let's just look at how, if that screws stuff up, because I think it does. Because right now our self.height is 16, but then as soon as we land, it's 24. So check grounded is true. Yeah, and then still false. Check grounded is still false. Oh, well, shit. No, we also need to say it's false because it's just the left side, so. Shoot, man. This is harder to debug than realized. But 4L and 4 are the two that it's looping to. I'm actually just gonna steal this. This is 4 and this is 4. Now, let's see. So we should be grounded true on L here, and then they should swap. It does, so watch. What is happening, man? Why we're jumping, man? I don't know why we're jumping. Why is our Y getting set differently? Why is our Y getting set differently? So we're looking for a .y not in a conditional statement like this, but in a executional statement, or I guess just a statement, like inside a body of code. So this does seem to be any other .y's? Yeah, top collide. And overall dy. So maybe our dy is getting affected. Okay. Okay. This one seems to be the culprit to me, but we need this to set our appropriate dy and set our grounded to true, which will stop adding gravity. I'm curious, where is our gravity? Where do we apply gravity? Yep, it is whether or not we're grounded. Like I thought. So for some reason, because nothing else changes our Y position, nothing should make us hop like that. Except for resetting. Shoot, it wouldn't do that. Because this value that we're setting our Y to is just the top, like standing on the platform. So it wouldn't be higher than the platform, which it is currently happening when we go off screen. So I'm real confused. Sure, there might be something sneaky where we put some logic for Y in here, but that's not the case. There's no weird logic in there. I think we could get rid of this, but actually leave it for now, just in case we need to troubleshoot some stuff. Do I even use this? I do. Gosh, how do I not even remember that? It's just a flag I switch. So that I only play, so I alternate the sounds of left footstep and right footstep, because I want to play a sound every frame 2, but I want to play alternating sounds upon every frame 2. So I just switch that back and forth. So that makes sense. Now, why would I jump? Why would my position be weird? So, upon the looping, the mistake happens the instant we loop, right? So, maybe when we loop, we have to also explicitly say, hey, our Y stays the same, right? But why would it be changing? It shouldn't be changing unless check grounded is false, in which case it'll go downwards, right? So like player or just.y, and we want to see I really don't know where it's doing that. I don't know where it would be doing that. Why its Y would be getting a negative value added to it all of a sudden. And for whatever reason, we're also coming back false on the check grounded. So something's busted in that too. Oh, it's the buffer. Well, maybe not. Let me... So it's a minus buffer and a plus buffer. Let me just see if that might be screwing up the jump. Because the reason I don't think it's the buffer, so it's hard to explain, but let me just see. Okay, it's not that. It almost made sense that that would be it, but then it didn't. Because that would make sense if it were closer, if the buffer were in the zone in which we're walking off on the side. Anyways. Why the fuck would it be changing our Y? Let me look at a check grounded implementation. Oh, see, look at this. I'm only checking grounded with our ground platform. We need to be checking it with all our collidable platforms. So this needs to be platform. This needs to be in here. We're still hopping. The heck? Check grounded. Oh, I'm so stupid, man. Really? Is ground platform not in our collidable platforms? It totally is. But we had ground, not ground platform. What? We had ground. I'm confused when we added ground what the heck that was. Because I thought I had to see how these are filled with like dummy values. And it's because it was throwing an error. Lua was throwing an error because the check grounded function was not given any platform until it determines what ground the ostrich is sitting on. So we're just looking for ground, and when we use that. Dude, what? We really don't use it other than the one line of code I just changed. How does that make sense? Why was this? Is this the only time we use check grounded? How is that working? How is that working? How was it working? Like, doesn't make any sense to me. Because if we were only checking grounded with a platform called ground, and that platform was a bunch of gibberish, why was check grounded working at all? Check grounded. And we really don't check. We need to check grounded on every platform. I guess I want to say if check grounded, then grounded gets true. Else we're false. I'm very confused why. Nope, self-grounded gets false. Very confused why we only needed ground. Like, look, if we take ground off, does it work? It should work. Great. So we're detecting a bottom collision, but we are not setting ourselves to grounded. Fuck. So what happens? So much crap happens when we're grounded. Oh my god, it's so hard. This crap is insane. Like, people made Last of Us 2, you know? I can't put a freaking ostrich on screen. So I guess... Man, why would this being crap values and then this being not grounded with ground. Oh, and you know what? I just remembered this. Maybe not. Hold on. Not grounded, bro. Ground. Ground should do is ground. Okay. Why does that fix it? That's like the silliest thing to me. I think I remember, because once we bottom collide, we populate. Okay, this is starting to make sense, I think. Because we had it so that... Okay, here was the problem. Let's see if I can explain this. We have to check grounded every frame, and check grounded is just a function I wrote that detects if there's a platform directly beneath the ostrich, right? And maybe our check grounded should be the buffer instead of the... We need it for the bouncing. Okay. So we need to check grounded every frame, because we need to be able to walk off and have it detect that we're not grounded, therefore trigger gravity. So the problem I was running into is when we do check grounded for every collidable platform, the later collidable platforms overwrite the values of our check grounded. So what I was doing was populating a object called ground with whatever platform we land on, and I only check grounded on the platform we're currently at. Therefore, when we don't overwrite anything. So I think under our bottom collision might be where we're populating our ground object with whatever platform we're currently standing on. Is that right? Where's our bottom collide? See, this is what I was trying to do. Oh, here. See, this isn't quite right. This is this is what I was doing, was saying. I remember a lot of problems with this. So just bear with me here. Let's see if, so like upon a bottom collision, we're setting a self.ground equal to whatever the platform is. Now, we need to say in our ostrich that we get a self.ground. So self.ground should be here. Does this make any sense? We're going to have a self.grounded, we're going to have a self.ground to represent the ground upon which we're standing. Now, we're initially going to give it these garbage values, but we're going to set, and the thing is, because I don't know, well, actually, let me see. Let me, that's easy enough to remember. I wonder if we can instantiate a platform object with just that, or not, or if it'll throw an error. Because upon our bottom collision, we're trying to say our self.ground gets whatever collidable object. And then we check only, and that's why it was outside of the loop. Outside of the platform loop here. That's why it was outside of that initially. So that's starting to make more sense. It's outside of that loop because we don't want it to check every platform. We just want it to check the platform it's standing on. Or was standing on. So, but it's not ground, it's self.ground. Oh, great. Field Y and null value. Check grounded. I. Let me see. So, like, the nil value is because it's trying to. Actually, I don't know why. I don't know. Did that really just work? And we're still jumping. What the heck, man? Does that make sense what I was trying to do? Like, okay. Here's where this name actually comes in handy, because we're going to print out. How do we do that? Shit. I guess my question is, can we do self.ground.name? I think that's a no-no. That seems like some recursion weirdness, right? Because the idea is to say whatever our ground platform is, and we're going to put in the name of our player one's dot ground, but not only the dot ground, the dot ground dot name. And then we can see if that's getting populated correctly or not at all. No way, that freaking worked. So ground is ground platform. This should be platform 5 or whatever. No way. Okay. So that is working. Yeah, dude. That's dope. Why did we jump? Why would we jump? I'm curious if in our loop... I'm really impressed that that worked. I didn't know I could do a dot dot like that. But it looks like... And hold on. Now I got another question. Can I turn this off? Or is this nil still? Yeah, nil value. Okay. So we do need that in the sense that in check grounded it uses... No, what did it say? It says trace back in a check grounded in Ostrich 32. But that has nothing to do with ground. Check grounded. So when's the first time we use check grounded? Right here. Self.ground. Okay, so yeah, the idea is it says it fails at 32, but it really fails at the implementation of check grounded, which takes in a self.ground parameter, and the self.ground parameter upon frame 1 is an empty platform class, and it doesn't know how to perform value calculation on nil values, because at this point ground is an empty platform class. But the platform class, I'm still a little confused on why that's messing up actually, because it should be able to run self-check grounded on an empty class. No. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Because it can't do... It needs to know. This needs to be valid input so that it can check if it's grounded or not, because this check grounded function takes in a collidable platform, and every collidable platform has a Y. And look, that's where it fails. Field Y. It fails on that first one. So this is really where it fails. Right at 32, like it said. Okay. So yeah, this platform Y, when we just give it an empty platform class, it's like, hey, I'm supposed to do logic here. But you've given me an empty class, so what the heck? It can't do a nil.y, or yeah, whatever. Nil is unassigned values in Lua, so it just doesn't like that. I still don't know why we're jumping. I want to try under our character looping. Right now we have it looping perfectly, like the very frame we go off the right side of the screen is the very frame we're off screen to the left. Why are you jumping me? I've got another thing to test. Remember we were checking just our dy for any changes, or checking our .y for any changes, but since our dy affects our y, we need to check all our dy stuff too, because instead of just our y being changed, it could be our dy getting negative. Like, let's see. It wouldn't be those. It wouldn't be that. the heck? Oh, never mind. Shouldn't be any of those. What the heck? I don't know why we're jumping, man. I don't know why we're jumping. I almost want to say... I want to give us one more pixel. If our ostrich's X is smaller than, fully off the left side of the screen, then set our X to virtual width +1. So I'm just giving us a 1 pixel buffer there on the loop to see if that might be contributing to our jumping problem. It's not expected. Our X is not even being... Oh. That's really strange. With that one change. I do want to change something right now. I'll put our R to set us at, instead of virtual height -65, we want to set it to our we want both our X and our Y to be shifted by, we want, basically, I'm trying to have it so I can press R and I can teleport to on top of platform 4L so I can walk off easily without having to fly and turn and land and do all that junk. So I'm going to take our platform 4L's X and Y, just set us to be on our X. That's okay. And then our Y needs to be... No. We need it to... Gosh. That's not right at all. We want it to be the right side of platform L. So we want it to be the platform, it's standing on, no, that's not right. We want it to be player, oh my gosh, platform 4L's X plus its width minus our player 1's width. And then we want our Y to get set to platform 4L Y minus our player 1's height. Yes? Let's see if R puts us up there. Great. We still jump. I mean, obviously, I didn't change anything for that. I just don't know why we're jumping, man. Okay. See, this stays ground platform. Doesn't do that jumping nonsense. But that's because here's our X, our Y, our width. Instead of this being, see, this is the line that's fixing that part. Because we're adding, let me just check and see if that's the part. So see, that looks like the same exact problem, right? And it's because check grounded gets false. Well, no, yeah. So we fixed the jumping problem by making our platform wider, our ground platform to be wider, so that when we're walking off and we shift it by one width here. So this is one of these width, and then the second width is the right side of the screen. Right side of the screen. But the thing is, our platform 4L see how they're both 4 and 4L are long enough, are the same length, they're the full length. So like platform 4L starts here, and it goes 112, so it should be, you know, out here. And then this one is also 112 wide, it just starts over here. So as far as that other fix we did, we just added a player width amount of ground on the width here, and that fixed our jumping problem. But it's not fixing it here, even though we have platform extended. So I might be misunderstanding why that fixed it, but I really don't know. I just don't know why we would be jumping. Like, it didn't make sense to me that we were jumping from the platform either, because it's like, God dang, man, God dang, man. Why are we jumping, man? I don't get it. So when we walk off, all the values that change are check grounded. So check grounded should not be getting false there. It should be still grounded. So like and our grounded shouldn't be going false there. It should be grounded. So for some reason, both our check grounded and our grounded is getting set to false. But why? Since that grounded gets false with A. And if I turn this off, grounded never gets false, right? I didn't think that would do that. What? But now we can't walk off. Yeah, we can't walk off the platform. But why did that fix it? That fixed it. So it's something in our... It's something right here in our... self-dot ground. Okay, I think this is wrong. We don't want to put it here. We want to put it upon a bottom collide. So if bottom collides is true, then we want to do it, which we actually had it twice. So now that we deleted that, can we turn this back on? Can we turn this? I guess first of all, let's see if it's still fixed. Okay. And then we should be able to walk. Should be not able to walk off. But then if I turn this on, now that we're not doing that in the bottom collision function, are we okay? I still don't get why we're hopping. Because look, when I fall off, my Y doesn't get higher. My Y goes from 88, actually. What the heck? Hold on a sec. My Y does get higher. But I stay the same. What's happening? My Y's 88. Yo, I'm very confused. Oh, never mind. Why getting a bigger number means we're falling. So when we hop, does that mean a less? Okay, I mean, hear me out. When we hop, this number gets bigger. But this number getting bigger means our Y is lower on the screen. That's why we're at 88 here, and when we fall off, the number gets bigger until we're at 180. But when we hop, this number also gets bigger, but we go up. Why would we be going up if that number's getting bigger? Yeah, if Y is getting bigger, why would we be higher? Oi, what? So, I mean, it's clear that the implementation here is wrong, but it makes zero sense to me why we would be jumping like that. So when we're not grounded, we default to a different height, right? But that height, whether or not we're grounded, which is the 24 pixel tall, or the in the air version, which is 16 pixels tall, I think, our X and Y are drawn at the same point. So even like we're walking off, it detects we're not grounded for whatever reason, because check grounded is false on self.ground when we're looping. We some reason turn into aerial mode because we're not grounded, because check grounded was false. But then why would our Y go up, especially when our actual Y is going down? It's getting to be a bigger number, which is downwards. I wish I had another brain on this, you know. If you're watching this, you got any tips? Let me know. Because I don't know. But the thing is, this self.ground is the correct thing to use because we were printing it out. We're printing out the player1.ground.name to prove that this is getting populated correctly with whatever ground we're on. So if we're on platform 4L and we walk off, it's checking to see. I mean, that's the problem right there. You know, we're walking off. This self-ground so like if we walk through it, we're on platform 4L, we're walking off screen. This is getting true because we are check grounded true on our platform 4L. But when we walk off, it becomes false on our platform. This becomes false. Therefore, grounded gets false. But we still want to be grounded upon looping. So how do we say, so, and that's the other thing, it's like, this is like this because there is a scenario where we're on the platform and then we walk off of it and then we need grounded to become false. But we need some other thing here that says if we're grounded on another platform, also don't do anything, or stay grounded. So for ground. So the question is, this self-ground gets assigned when again? Only upon a bottom collision. Only when we land on the platform does the self-ground. So we might need to move this to something that calls detect platform, and if it's check grounded on any of the, it's like I'm running into the same problem too with so yeah, let's continue this thought of we move this out of bottom collides because it shouldn't be set on a bottom collide. It should be set on a check grounded. Because upon a bottom collide, we set our Y upon which the next frame check grounded will be true, at which point we should be setting this. So we need to set this upon check grounded. But how do we know which platform to set it? Let me see. Maybe we just put Maybe this is where we loop through all the platforms. And if it's check grounded on a platform, it can only be check grounded on one platform at a time. So maybe we say if self dot check grounded platform, if it's colliding with, or if it's standing on a platform, or if its y is an ostrich standing height above any of these platforms, then we want to assign our self.ground to be that platform. And then if we're not check grounded, then we're going to walk off the edge. But this is saying if check grounded is true on any of the platforms, then we're grounded, obviously. Well, if we're check grounded on any platform, meaning our ostrich y is an ostrich standing height above the platform and relative to the y minus the buffer, then we're assigning our ground member whatever the current value of our collidable platforms in which we're iterating this stuff in. So let me see. Great. Then instead of do, wait, yeah, okay. If then statement, not if do statement, folks. Okay, let me see if left works. We don't jump, that's great. Do we jump? Let's not jump. Thank you. Now if you walk off, I'm gonna be happy. If you walk off and fall, I'm gonna be happy. Okay, yes. That's it. That's it. So the difference there, what we did there was, what was wrong was we were only setting our self.ground upon a bottom collision, which we also need to set it upon a looping case, which we weren't doing. So now that when we loop, this is actually check grounded, so we're setting our ground to be whatever platform we're check grounded at. Okay. And we still had to keep this stuff. We still had to keep this. Because check grounded gets false upon walking off the screen if the platform doesn't go off the screen. So since we can go off the screen, the platform actually has to be wider than the screen. So that's why we need that still. But that's it, pollos. That was stressing me out. So booyah, we fixed this. Fixed walking on platform looping hop. Okay, now we need to fix this crap. You know, I mean, I think I'm a little tempted to, like, I don't want to just finish one function and then call it a day, but as far as commits go, it's nice to keep them tidy and functional. And when I make progress, you know, like let's say we make half progress on this where we fix a little bit of it, but then we don't. Do we then commit a weird thing saying, sorry, we left this half implemented, good luck? So part of me thinks since that was a big enough session, and that I think this is going to be a massive headache just like this one was, that we should just call it a day and commit. But that's really cool. We're able to print out the name of the ground on which we're standing, which is really great. That's going to mess up. Yep. Okay. Well, we fixed that, which I'm super happy about. Yeah. And that should... See, the reason that's not a collision is because of the buffer. The reason we have... Well, great. See how that wasn't a collision? It didn't make the sound, it didn't bounce, even though we passed it. And that's because in the original there is a little bit of buffer. So tough to see that buffer in action because it's only on the right side, it's not on the top. So if the top just still returns a top collision, but the buffer is like when the right side of our ostrich is passed, it goes about neck deep before it bounces, in the original at least. So that's why it looks a little weird. I kind of feel like our top collision needs the buffer as well. I think that'll fix some of the weird stuffs we've been seeing. So our buffer is 7 pixels. So I think under our top collides, we need to minus our buffer here. If self-x is smaller than the right side of this, self-x is smaller than the right side of this, minus buffer, and the right side of us is greater than it doesn't seem right to me, but it might be. So now we should be able to see the buffer in action here without the top collision getting in the way. It's like perfect. So look, instead of top colliding now we have that buffer zone where see the joust going a little bit into it. It should be going 7 pixels into it, so we might be able to get away with that. Yeah, and that might be too much because it looks like it's about neck deep in the original, and that looks a little bit too far in. So maybe our buffer needs to be 6 or 5. But I think that might make some of this stuff look prettier because I think top collision was getting triggered upon being in the buffer zone because it would. Did you hear that multiple collision? Okay. So I think our buffer needs to be 5. We need to not go so far in. A little bit less of that buffer. So okay, yeah. Though that's the problem we gotta fix still. Okay. Yeah, right, but okay. Okay, well, we got that big fix. And we know exactly what to work on tomorrow. And we got our get stuff fixed, so now we get those green squares. Which is all anyone does anything for, so if we run a git diff, we can look at what we changed. And we moved our self-ground object into our ostrich instead of our playstate, which makes a ton of sense. And then we hard-coded in self-height instead of 24, so we got rid of that magic number. Then we added buffer to our top collides. We took our ground object out because now we're just referencing it in terms of self, and we're setting self.ground to platform upon a check grounded instead of a bottom collision, which fixed our looping problem. And we changed our buffer to 0.5, and we also changed our reset and added some debug for ground platforms. So check this out. We can say get add everything, and we say fixed looping screen pop. And that's about it. I don't really want to say we changed buffer. Well, buffer 5. So that adds everything to the staging area, commits with a message, and then we need to get push, and we should actually do a git config global alias dot, we want it to be git, we want it to be the alias to be p, and we want it to say push origin main. It didn't like that. We need quotes. It liked that. So now we can say git, not that, we want to say git st to say we're ahead of origin main, so git push. Okay, so git p now pushes to our remote repository. So now on our repository, well, on our repository, now it says Yaakov Beans fixed this instead of Paul Thompson, like this. So yeah, now we've got Yaakov Beans, and now our repo will now show little green dots on any time we commit. Cool. Great, guys. Well, that was, took us an hour, 2 hours. Took us 2 hours to get one feature fixed, but we got it fixed. That's all that matters. And we got our Git stuff configured, so cool. If you guys liked it, see you tomorrow.